You're working from here?
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Goodbye.
Thank you. So good night, well, good evening, good night. My name is Arquero del Arcon. I'm this long name here, and I'm also coming from North Campus. I have a joint appointment there between urban and regional planning and architecture. And much of what I teach is in yet another degree, master's degree in urban design. So the work that I'm going to be sharing today with you is hoping to bring you to a warmer climate now that we very much need it. And it's work that I've been developing with a colleague, with Ana Paula, a pimentel worker at Taubmann College, and partners, local partners in Sao Paulo. We are working specifically in the City of Sao Paulo, in the municipality. And for us, the urgent question that we want to be able to deal with is the one of how we address the fact that in many cities in the global south, the production of urban land is actually happening through informal urbanization. And what this means is that the deployment of infrastructure happens way after we have inhabitants occupying the land for a long, long time. So this is creating a lot of pressures on the land and a lot of pressures on water bodies that are normally seen as easy places to dispose of many of the waste that these households are generating. So the way in which we are working on this is, as many of you are doing, is also interdisciplinary. We have partners that are coming from local universities. They have a long tradition through environmental studies to work there. But we are also working with civil rights groups because we want to understand what's the behavior, how this urbanization happens, and if we want to influence change in how urbanization is happening, we actually need to understand what is the intelligence that many of those informal dwellers are bringing to the way in which they are transforming the environment. So for us, these connections are key, and much of what we are doing, apart from understanding what planning is doing, is actually going and spending a lot of time in many of these occupations so that we can learn from them and we can establish trust and a longer-term relationship so that there is an exchange on how different degrees of expertise can start transforming the way in which we are actually, I would say, behaving. So you see that the techniques are ranging in between more traditional social science approaches, but we are also interested in the urban humanities. We are very much interested in gaining a knowledge of these urban biographies, what the residents can tell us about their own experiences, and how we can start influencing and working with them. How the work can be applied in practice? Well, the first thing that I want to say is that much of our work is trying to invest a lot in opportunities to merge our teaching and our research as much as we can. We are very well aware that our master's students are the next generation of professionals, and bringing them as soon as possible to the conversation and to the research teams is key for us. But also making sure that the courses that can be applied to some of these research body, that we do it as soon as possible, and you will see what are the courses that I'm referring to. So much of the work that you see here is actually co-generated with the students, and Ya Yang is here, and she can tell a little bit about the story of this project. She's already graduate in the Master of Landscape Architecture here, and now a PhD student, and that's what we mean by the kind of intelligence that graduate students are bringing to the work. And we argue that in some cases, we are really interested in developing actionable methods, things that can be implemented or tested very, very quickly. But in some other cases, we are more interested in developing new questions. Instead of just direct problem solving, what we want to make sure is that we are the ones defining the problem. Because in planning, we always say that the world is full of planning documents that were answering a problem that was clearly defined. So this is also something really, really important for us, and we want to be clear that the work is always developed in these two different levels. How I would like to be more engaged with the work that you do here and the work that is happening at the University of Michigan. Just because of my own training, I'm interested in bringing together approaches from social sciences, the natural sciences, of course the art and the humanities, because that's part of what I can bring to the teams that I contribute. I do all I can to be part of committees every time I'm invited to things, because I think that is one of the ways in which I get to know some of you. And last, I want to finish with this slide that talks a little bit about some of the courses that I've been involved in. We are blessed to have graduate courses that are allowing us to truly bring students from different degrees to work together. That happens through seminars like this liquid planning course that we have been developing, looking at different cities in the Great Lakes. Work that we developed in Sao Paulo, starting our engagement with one of the young occupations there. And now this semester I'm teaching another studio that is starting to develop a partnership in India, in Ahmedabad. In all these cases we are looking at water, and in every case we are doing differently. It's always strictly related to how we are organizing water and how we can, in a way, bring our expertise, but the deployment of our ideas in different regions and different geographies need to develop also a thicker understanding of cultural biases and how different cultures and different countries are actually engaging with water. So my ideal scenario, I love when I can teach applied graduate design courses that are co-taught by faculty members, because when we ask students to be interdisciplinary, it would be fair that we are bringing more than one voice as the teaching lead. In partnership with global and local groups and residents, this is really important. And then open to students for different design and planning degrees around campus. And this is it. Thank you so much for inviting me.